Breaking news, friends. Episode 66 is finally out, and there are a lot of secrets and details in it that you definitely didn't notice. And in this video, you will find out. What was that green light? Who were we shown at the end of the episode? What did TVMEN say? And what will happen next? Hello, friends. You're on the datebayo channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video to speed up the release of the next video. And let's go. Friends, this was the most legendary and coolest episode of the entire series. I'm so shocked that I can't even put into words how much effort Dafook put into this episode. And the quality of this episode is comparable to a Marvel film with a budget of $200 million, and it's just incredible. I hope this episode goes down in history. And sorry for this start, I just can't contain my emotions. But we're starting. The episode begins with a full-scale war of toilets against the Alliance. And I'm not exactly sure on whose side the battle is taking place, but I think that this is the base of the toilets. By the way, here we see a new mutant with a cap and in military camouflage. Then we see agents who shoot with a bazooka and mutants. I also noticed a funny speaker man who rides on a toilet. And perhaps the speaker man is from the early episodes where he also rode on a toilet. Then we see a cameraman warship, and he is very cool and easily kills a crowd of mutants. But unfortunately, he is shot down. And we see an agent with a paralyzing gun, and another with an attack gun. And we see that they are a very good team. One paralyzes and the second kills, and this weapon is very similar to that of the camera woman. But here the projectile is not much larger. We also see green light, but we will return to it a little later. And we see that notifications came to the tablet, and you notice that the tablet also lit up green, just like that light. But let's take it in order. And we see that the number of this cameraman is 1056. And we see the inscription Skibidi, Skibidi, Skibidi. And we see that our Titans are killed, but I think that this is fake. But I will explain to you why a little later. We also see that Gmail Toilet is alive and unharmed. And I talked about this in my videos that we will see him soon. He also has small lasers, the same as his fake had in episode 65. And guys, this is already very strange, except for episode 65. The last time he had such lasers was in episode 38. In episode 47, he already had large lasers. And in episode 57, the same. But in episode 60, he had small ones again. And in episode 64, they also were small. And it turns out that the Gmail toilet in episode 47 and episode 57 was fake? Or was it just the original? And in 37, 60, 64, and 65, there was a fake. Or is this another fake Gmail? Guys, nothing is clear at all, but I will make a separate video where I will analyze absolutely everything and we will find out the truth. But why did I say that this is a fake photo? Honestly, the cameraman is not very similar to the one who was in episode 65. I would say that he is more similar to his old version, but maybe I'm wrong. But another detail is that Skibidi is written on the tablet. Why exactly this? It's unlikely that the agents would have written this. Perhaps this message was sent by Dafook Boom, and it was he who was here. And when the agents received the notification, the light here immediately disappeared and the tablet turned green. And in this frame, we see that here is an image of Dafook Boom from his YouTube channel, which means that it was he who sent this message. And guys, there is some text there, but I can't make it out, but it seems to me that it says, "The Titans are down." But I'm not 100% sure. Write your versions in the comments. But why? It's not clear yet. He seemed to be trying to help them in episode 64. But here he's trying to break the spirit of the agents and friends, and this is very strange. But now we know for sure that this photo is fake. And I will have to make another video about this episode since I have just started the analysis. And there are already so many details and secrets. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss this. Then we see the agent throwing the tablet, and then we see his partner throwing the weapon. And then I thought, guys, no, don't give up. But in fact, the agents got so angry that they decided to kill all the toilets with their bare hands. And we see how the agents angrily begin to beat up the toilets. And we see how someone gives our operator a dagger and he kills the mutant. And we see how the Alliance continues to attack. But then the same toilet from the beginning of the episode appeared, and he was somehow able to survive explosion. And we see how epic the speaker woman jumps on his head and begins to hit him with daggers, and also her boyfriend, the Black Assassin, joined her. Then we see a useless Skibidi helicopter, but then a camera woman appeared and successfully destroys him, and our operator continues to run without looking no matter what. A Skibidi spider appeared on his way, but it was destroyed by its own helicopter pilot. And we see that the TVMEN controlled him, and now we see our legendary trio in the gathering. And by the way, I said many times in my videos that all the female characters will fight mutants together, and I turned out to be right. And we see how now the POV cameraman extended his hand to the speakerman, but in 24 episodes the speakerman offered his hand, and it turns out that everything was repeating itself. And everything seemed to be calm. But a new spider-like mutant appeared, and this mutant was also in episode 65. But the mutant was suddenly attacked by someone, and it was clear from his face that he was not much in shock. And it turned out that this is a plunger man. And I also predicted his appearance in my previous videos. And all the strongest characters are finally together and two real men shake hands. But suddenly some strange sound is heard, and this is the sound from the teleport. We also see that same policeman from episode 65, as well as a bomber and a Skibidi scientist. And TV women instantly take their sisters and teleport from there. And suddenly TVMEN appear, and that's what he said. I don't know why he called him an idiot, but it doesn't matter. And the plunger man flies away, and TVMEN teleports the black assassin with him. And in this frame, we see Defuk's face on the screen, just like in episode 64. And this is already very interesting, but as I said, I'll make a separate video and we'll talk about it. Then we see that same TVMEN from episode 60, and we see how he tries to save all the survivors. And the last cameraman almost reached it. But then the black Skibidi man from episode 62 appeared and killed cameraman. And TVMEN tried to blind him with his TV, but he put on glasses and TVMEN closed the container with the cameraman and teleported them to the TVMEN's base. And finally, we see the TVMEN's base. And to be honest, their base is very mysterious. We also see that all the characters also teleported here. We also see strange TVs with interference. And we see that the camera woman, speaker woman, and black assassin are in this place for the first time, and they are looking at everything. And finally, we see the TV scientist, and this is not surprising since each race has its own scientist, and perhaps this scientist is the smartest of all, since the TVMEN race is the strongest. And he says something to the POV cameraman, and that's what he said. This base is confidential. Well, now it becomes clear why no one from the Alliance except TVMEN was there. And he has a badge, and if we turn it over like this, we will see the number 067. I don't know what that means yet, but perhaps it's a reference because in episode 67, we will see a Titan TVMEN. We also see some kind of strange wire on the scientist's head, but this is not particularly important. What we see next is a shock. We see a very strong light, and it becomes clear who it is. Our favorite Titan TVMEN is back, and he also said something. And here, I didn't understand much. He said he's back, but he should have said I'm back. Maybe my hearing is bad. Write what you heard in the comments. But if you take what he said, then there are three options. The first option is that Defuk Boom returned since he was also in episode 47. The second option is that Gmail Toilet returned. Perhaps TVMEN watched the Battle of the Titans, and that's why he said this. And the third most likely option is that the Titan Speaker Man returned. And it's possible that TVMEN keeps angry at him, and I hope we will find out soon. And friends, I will make another video about this episode since there are a lot of topics to talk about. I will also tell you when we will definitely see TVMEN, and I will also tell you what will happen in the next episode and in the whole season. And we will also talk about additional secrets that you did not notice. And I don't want the video to be very long. It is better to make 2 videos. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so you don't miss this video.